Do you feel alone right now?
I mean, I'd like to believe I'm not, but I've just never seen any proof.
Welcome to Nice Finance, and hopefully we can encourage each other to hang in there. If you haven't done so already, please consider liking the video, sharing the video, and also subscribing to this channel for more videos like this.
I really wish the older generation would stop spinning this narrative that as you get older, life only gets worse. Like, why does so much of the older generation try to push that narrative onto the younger adults? Like, oh, enjoy your youth now, because once it's gone, you know, adulthood is just stressful, and it's just this, and it's just that. Why can't I be 30, 40, 50, and still happy, and still feel youthful, and live a good life, and it still be dreamlike? Why does so much of the older generation push that miserableness onto younger adults? Just because you're 40 and miserable does not mean I'm going to be 40 and miserable. I'm going to be 40, 50, 60 and still happy and still living life and still making memories and still being free and all this good stuff. Like, why does so much of the older generation spin this narrative that things only get worse as you get into adulthood? No, that won't be my life. Okay, keep your negativity to yourself, because I will be 30 and living a dream, 40 and living a dream, because that is the life I will create for myself. You may have hard days as you get into adulthood, but that does not mean you're going to have a hard life. And I wish older people would stop spreading their miserableness onto the younger generation that, you know, as you get older, life only becomes more difficult and unbearable. That's just not true. So keep that negativity over there, because I will be 40, 50, 60 and still living my best life.
So we become the adults and we get the worst everything. We got the worst food, we got the worst economy, we got the worst job market, we got the worst president, we got the worst club scene, we got the worst dating scene, we got the worst TV shows and movies, we got the worst bops. Hell, Twitter not even the same. You know it's bad. I was talking to my uncle the other day. He said, you know life fucked up when it got dumb niggas doing smart shit. Bro, and that's hilarious, because think about the dumbest dude you know right now. Like, you know the dude, like, everybody know he dumb, but like, we still fuck with him anyway. Like, oh, that's just him. He doing some smart shit right now. He said all the dumb people must have sat down and had a meeting and just decided, like, stuff gotta change. He said they bringing common sense back. Shit so bad, dude that got his life together. It gotta be a shift coming or something, bro. We can't have the worst everything. Like, shit. It sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm dead ass serious. What's going on?
I'm really in my 20s having a midlife crisis. And it's not because that I don't got nothing going on in my life. I need some shit to work. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I talk to people like that's older than me all the time. And they be like, yeah, you young, you got time. Man, I ain't gonna count, bro. The clock ticking, bro. The clock ticking, because how much time I really got? How much time I really got to be successful, bro? I'm not trying to be 30, 35 figuring this shit out. I'm just keeping it a buck. Bro. I graduated in 2018, bro. I blinked. 2024. I'm 24 years old. Like, bro, like how much? And then the thing is about that, like I spent so much time not knowing what I wanted to do with myself. You know, giving up on myself, down myself, making bad decisions because like I didn't have no support behind me or nothing. Like, bro, I need the shit that I got going on, but I need the shit to work, bro. And I needed to work, bro. I needed to work at a decent time. You feel me? I'm not trying to rush shit, but at the end of the day, it's like, damn, how much time do I really got? Like, bro, I'm trying to get this shit going, bro. I'm a late bloomer to a lot of shit too, bro. And plus, I ain't grow up with a silver spoon, so I didn't have a lot of opportunities. People always say, oh, everybody got the same opportunity. Not necessarily. When you a kid, you can't really control your environment and your circumstances. You can't really control a lot of shit. So at the end of the day, it's like, bro, I'm trying, bro. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. And it's like, damn, like whether I'm successful at a career, at a job, or I need some shit to work, and I needed to work. I'm gonna keep working. Don't get it fucked up. I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna keep striving for greatness. But God, damn, how many days I'm gonna lose sleep, stay up late at night thinking about this shit, bro? Like, damn, bro, because I gotta wake up and do it again, then do it again, and then do it again. You feel me? I gotta keep showing up, keep being consistent, because I know I'm not at this place in life that I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all want to start a family and shit, bro. Like, I can't think about that shit right now because my life ain't together, bro. I'm just saying, bro.
Everyone's childhood was hard. Get over it. Now, it might have sucked. I'm not discrediting that pain, but what you need to understand is someone else in this world went through the same things, and guess what? They got over it. And now they have the body, the family, the money, the cars, and the houses, while you have fucking nothing because you are living in the past instead of living where your feet are.
Only reminder that when there is a lot wrong around you, it is very easy for you to feel like there's a lot wrong with you. That being said, as a licensed therapist, shit is certifiably fucked right now, and you are gonna feel it. You're gonna be out here feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated, and over it. So here's what we do. 1, we don't beat the shit out of ourselves for this. It is okay to respond accordingly and congruently with your circumstance. Sometimes you're gonna feel the way you feel because things are the way they are, right? 2, we are going to make sure that all our basic needs are met. We're going to make sure that we are sleeping and getting enough sleep, that we're eating and eating like real food, maybe not just girl dinner all the time. We're going to make sure we're hydrated. Just because you're drinking water doesn't mean you're hydrated, so make sure you're getting those electrolytes in. And we're going to make sure that we are not feeling super isolated and lonely, and we're getting some love from people who love us, or maybe just our fur babies. Number 3, we're going to find balance. And by balance, I don't mean equal, I mean equitable. If we're going to be looking at things that are really sad and really disturbing and really stressful, that's going to carry more weight than maybe something light and funny. So we're going to have to counterbalance that with more light and funny if we're going to be deep in the shit, okay? And 4, we're just going to stick with 4 for right now because I don't want to overwhelm you more than you already are. 4, we are going to do the things that we know make us feel better, even if we don't want to do them, just because we know it makes us feel better after we do it. Just focus on trying. It is okay to not be able to complete a task and feel good about just trying. But ultimately, we need to do things that we know make us feel better because they will make us feel better. Go outside, dance, laugh at something, sing along to music, watch your favorite video a million times over and over and over again. Whatever is going to bring you happiness and joy, let's try and lean into that right now, because let's be honest, what else can you do? Also, P.S. side note, if you have prescribed anxiety or nighttime medication that helps you relax and sleep, and you're not taking it, why? If it's prescribed to you and you're taking it as directed, I'm just going to remind you it's there. Take the help. We all need help. No one needs to be a hero. It's overrated and weird anyway.
I feel like people feel really lost in their 20s, or just generally young adults feel lost. And then people have a hard time finding like purpose and value. And that's where you get all of these kind of motivating talks. And you really don't analyze where you're failing in life until it all like compounds maybe at once, and it's like late at night and you're like realizing how little you've accomplished, or how much you hate your current situation, how much you hate your life, and like how unhappy you are. And even if things aren't over, people are always dramatic or joking, and they're like, oh, it's over, but we'll be back. It can still be extremely demoralizing, and you feel like because you're unhappy or because some things are going bad, that they'll continue to go bad, that it can't get better, that whatever I'm doing right now is going to be how it is forever. And I don't have purpose in life. Maybe it's because you don't have a job, or you got a degree, but you can't use your degree for something that you'd find fulfilling, or you can't find a job again because, you don't have a degree, or you do have a degree, but it's useless, or it's not useful for something that'll be worth what you are worth. I'm trying to say that like people need to find, systems of value and build these networks of support outside of employment. And the original motivations for some of my content were, men's health and fitness, or just like general health and fitness, and like maybe some nutrition, to talk about some things that were trending or interesting to me, but also, ultimately that people should train, or to get outside and hike, and should be more active, that the activity in life will not only improve like your physical health, but a healthy mind can't really exist without a healthy body. And I think that it'll ultimately improve your mental health. That people who are struggling, like every vector of life can be improved if you just start optimizing sleep and diet and exercise. So then suddenly you're performing better, or you feel happier, you feel more energy. It's easier to talk to people, or maybe you feel more hopeful about your situation, and you realize things aren't as bad as they were, and I'm still alive and breathing, and everything can change if I just feel better, if the way I'm looking at it is altered. That like, even if my situation seems hopeless or dire, or it's just fucking terrible, and it's the worst cycle, like I can break out of that cycle. I thought I should put this out here because I feel like a lot of people in their 20s feel like that, especially after 22. After you graduate college, unless you concretely had an internship or some work experience and absolutely what you're going to do, a lot of people are pretty lost after this time. And you think college is about like your time for self-discovery or something, whatever cliched, corny nonsense people like to say in these coming-of-age movies. But it doesn't have to be. Like, life is just always about this pattern of discovery and changing and evolving. And I don't think you're gonna know always what's going to be the best choice or where you have to head. You could have gotten the best work experience. You could have the most employable skills and still not find something that's going to make you happy. You could be a surgeon and realize, wow, I completed residency and, I'm just not fulfilled, or like I don't enjoy what I'm doing, or I would have rather invested my time and energy into something else. You could devote your entire life to a career, but because you didn't have the balance with social life or with fitness, your health is taking a hit. Your mental health is taking a hit, or you feel like you're lacking in other regards. Maybe you don't have family, maybe you don't have a life partner. And I feel like, young people, again, they're trying to like battle with this all at once, right? Because they're finding a path forward that's going to give them the most value out of their life, the most reward, right? Let me make sure that I'm recording. Okay, I am. They're trying to find the way that's going to give the most reward. And this isn't easy to do. That's why people are always in this crisis, and they are tying their identity to, what they've achieved. That's why they need to look up to these gurus who have expensive watches and cars, and that's why they buy into courses. They want to, make money on their own, and they want to like maybe have some fame or some notoriety. And I'm going to tell you that that's probably not going to make you happy either. If you're not able to, be happy with who you are while being nobody, you're not going to be really like overjoyed with your life just because, you get a little attention. In fact, that might make it worse. You might think, oh, now that I've achieved this, it's actually worse. And, you could be whatever, some big podcast or YouTube star or whatever the fuck. Maybe you have successful businesses. Maybe you even have a little bit of money, right? Like, you don't have to worry about starving. You have some savings, maybe you have whatever enough to buy a house and you don't have any debt. That ultimately won't be the final thing that makes your life feel fulfilled. It will remove a lot of stressors in your life, but it's not going to be like all that really matters. And I think that people need to understand that. And I was trying to say that in a video, but maybe it was too rushed. And it's obviously hard if you're, not putting amazing storytelling graphics on your video. If you're just talking to people and discussing what's on your mind, you're not going to maybe retain nearly as many people, and the people who need to hear it won't hear it. But you need to have this balance, and you need to make friendship and family a big pillar in your life. As much as boomers and Gen X will have these taglines about like faith, family, whatever nation, or whatever the fuck they say, a lot of times they're just as alienated or isolated. And I think that being atomized because of social media or because of your career, being detached from friends because you're enveloped in work, being detached from, the opposite gender or your preferred whatever gender, because you're enveloped in work or whatever nonsense that you're, consumed by, that's going to lead to a more unfulfilling life. And you can be consumed by a lot of things. You know, just because you make your own business and you're self-employed, it doesn't mean that you suddenly, you know, have the absolute freedom you think you're going to have. And you might actually spend more money just to keep that running than you would if you just had like a 9 to 5, you know. People in their 20s are so lost, and then they're trying to find solutions, and these people won't give them the solutions and the value. So what I'm saying is the value is something you have to create for yourself. You need to reassess what's important to you, and maybe realize that, you know, well, one, you do kind of do a whole life view and relax. You take a deep breath and you let it out, and you find the slow and peaceful things that add value, that make you happy, that don't make you stressed out or make you feel like you're falling through or failing. You find that, and you incorporate that more. You put an emphasis on that. So, you know, if it's like a healthy habit you're doing with friends, if you're training something, you know, you're training for something, or you're competing in something, even into your 20s or 30s, that's pretty important as well. Having something worth you know, looking forward to in your days that isn't just work, or isn't just, you know, something like a duty, like something you have to do, that you begrudgingly do. You know, that's important. So, you know, again, people make it into aesthetic. They like boil things down to like their, you know, the general principles around it, but that it loses value in doing that. So you need to focus on family and maintaining your friendships, and focus on your health, and focus on the things that genuinely make you happy, and don't make decisions just because you think, well, if I have this career, it'll be the most financially rewarding, or I won't have to worry about money if I do this. You know, I need to make these decisions because my family wants to, and I kind of, you know, I need to live up to their expectations and make them happy. You need to do something that's going to make you happy and keep you healthy, and you need to understand that as long as you're not literally ending up homeless, or you're, you know, so long as you're healthy and alive, that's kind of all that matters, and things can continue to improve from there. And most people just stress themselves out, but that worry won't add a single hour to your life, and I think that's what a lot of people forget while they're in their 20s.
As showcased in those videos, we are facing a time that we've never seen before in this country. We are all in this together, and we definitely should prepare and get ourselves ready, because it could definitely get worse before it gets better.